Hi everybody, it's Tom from FindTheBestCarPrice.com. Today we're going to take a look at the 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLE 350. This particular model has a sticker price of $66,035. What exactly do you get for that price? Well, the number one thing that has sure attracted my attention is this exterior color. It's called Emerald Green Metallic. It has really a metallic look to it, or in the days gone by, what we used to call metal flake. You can really see that nice sparkle in the sun when it's shining on it just right. I must say, I'm very impressed with that. And here on the front end, you're going to find the LED headlights, the daytime running lights. I don't have everything on right here, but you do have obviously the blinkers built in right there as well. The diamond block grille is found on this particular model with obviously that nice large Mercedes-Benz logo featured right here prominently in the middle. I hope Mercedes-Benz never shrinks that down. We've seen that happen with some car makers over the years. Now, one thing that I do find interesting here, how hard can it be? Right down here, these two are not really vents. They're kind of faux vents, I guess. But the good news is that the air does flow over these when you're driving down the road and make its way right here to that air curtain that Carrie is showing you right there to help improve gas mileage. What is the gas mileage? In fact, what's under the hood? Let's open that up and we'll find out. Okay, as I open the hood, with that price of a little bit over $66,000, I would expect that it would have the hydraulic struts to open the hood or hold it up. That is important. What does it reveal when you open the hood? It's going to be the 2-liter 4-cylinder, one of the optional engines available. 2-liter 4-cylinder, 255 horsepower, 273 pounds-feet of torque, mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Gas mileage numbers that I teased you with earlier: 19 miles per gallon city, 27 out on the highway, 22 combined. And Mercedes-Benz says if you drive without a heavy right foot, you should use 4.5 gallons of gas per every 100 miles you drive. Now let's talk tire sizes. There's actually two different sizes between the front and the rear. You've got the 275/45s wrapped around the 21-inch AMG multi-spoke wheels. And as we work our way to the rear back here, the 315/40s are what you will find here. And I do like the fact that whether it's the front or the rear tires, you have that nice large sidewall that's going to soak up the bumps, give this model a nice smooth ride. And we'll take a quick look at the remote right here. For you keen-eyed observers who don't already know, you might notice that remote start is missing. You would think you would have that for $66,038, right? Well, you actually do. It's just not here. It's actually going to be here on your smartphone on the Mercedes Me app, so it is there. And the turn signal indicators built into these side view mirrors that are power folding side view mirrors. So when you hit the lock button, you can see that you will see those fold in. Let's work our way into the interior now with the rear area. One thing, when Mercedes-Benz redesigns these G-Class models, the GLE, I hope they change, is they move this rear wiper from here up to this area. And I realize they're gonna have to make some changes to do that, but it would just look so much better concealed away right there. Tell me what you think about that down in the comments. And as we work our way into the interior, you do have the hands-free option with the motion sensor right there, if I don't confuse my words together. Towing numbers with 4MATIC. All-wheel drive is going to be 5,950 pounds. As we take a look into the interior right here, you're looking at 33.3 cubic feet all the way up to a maximized 74.9. So let me show you how to maximize your cargo space here. We'll do this on one side, but I'm going to show you a couple of things. Obviously, you can put the seats all the way down, but if you want to, you can also reach right over here. Let's see if I can do it from this side and let down the center pass-through right here and put whatever you want to. If you're going skiing maybe or something like that, well, there's the easy way to store those skis. It makes it very easy. And we showed the undercarriage shot earlier in the video. You didn't see a spare tire. Well, that's okay. It is here. It's just here under the rear floor. So for those of you who are maybe concerned about that, well, now you know. Also, you're going to have the cargo cover back here that if you don't want to use, that is easily removable, or you can just leave that in depending on your situation. I must say, sitting here in the back seat is very comfortable. In fact, let me make sure I'm sitting all the way up. Now, at 5'10", I am comfortable back here. I've got a decent amount of space above my head. If you're a little bit taller than that, well, you might want to call shotgun in the front seat. But a lot of leg space, very comfortable back here. I could sit back here and enjoy the ride. If I was 6 foot, 6'1", well, that might be a little bit of a different story. Or you could sit right here in the middle and you'd have all kinds of leg room, or head space, I should say, not leg room, head space, because of the panoramic sunroof. We've got the shade open on that, so we can show that off to you. And you've got the door bins over there, decent sized door bins. You can put whatever your drink is back there, or your rear seat passengers can at least, maybe some snacks, whatever it is they want to do for a nice long road trip. And what about capabilities for comfort back here? Well, you've got the dual air conditioning vents on the rear. Now, there's no adjustability back here, which is a little bit of a surprise on this particular price point, so you can't adjust fan speed or anything like that. And you've got your USB ports right here. And also, don't confuse this for your USB ports and stick the wrong thing in there. Not that it would fit, but there is a power outlet as well. So a couple of different options on connectivity, in addition to the, well, they're not really map pockets. They're more map nets than anything else, but they're kind of that net type material, but it will work. But we're just getting started because the front seat is definitely loaded with great technology. Okay, here in the front seat, let's take a look at the door panel. First, on the passenger side, you're going to find all the adjustments for the seat, with the exception of one thing. I'll tell you about that in just a second. But all the adjustments for the seats there, the large door bin. If you want the larger door bin, like I said, call shotgun. Also, the controls there for heated and ventilated seats. If you want to adjust lumbar on the front seats, however, that's located on the side of the seats, where you would probably almost expect the controls for the power seating adjustments to be located just out of habit, right? And a nice large glove box right here, plenty of space. That's very deep down in there, that's for sure. The wood grain material right here, it's not really wood, it's just kind of plastic, but it does mimic that wood appearance, and it doesn't look too bad. You have some nice materials throughout. Then we'll have Carrie hop on here into the interior, and we'll talk about what the driver will find. You've got dual 12.3-inch screens here. The instrument cluster obviously is one of those, and we're going to take a look here at exactly what all you have. You can go through all sorts of different adjustments here, depending on what you want to see, the speedometer, or really whatever you want. It's all there. Or we can swipe our way over to where the tachometer would normally be, or let's look in the center first and look through a few different things. There is so much here, I could probably make a second video on everything here just by itself. I'm using what I personally call the mini trackpad. I know that's not the name for it, but it is what it is. And yes, we are a little low on gas. And you can also go through quite a few other things here as far as different options and features, your displays. There's multiple displays here. We'll just take a quick look at a couple of those. We'll let that come up. There's one. And I really like that. That is just so cool. You can even reset values if you'd like to do that. But like I said, we're not going to go through everything here, but just so you can see. And we'll move over to the center screen. The 12.3-inch, which is ultimately a touch screen, will show you the navigation right there. And just to show you that, yep, that is a touch screen, all right. You have everything here that you would expect, I would imagine. Quite a bit to go through here. Even going here into comfort to see what you can set there, seat kinetics, the seat heating balance, which is always nice, and you can even reset things if you want to. And obviously, there's just so much here. I talked about Mercedes Me. There's where you're going to go in and manage that. You can pair your smartphone here, use the Mercedes Me app that will allow you to have remote start with your vehicle. So just so you know what's there, I wasn't lying to you, was I? Settings for the vehicle, there is a lot here. You've got quick access, you've also got assistance. You want to go in there to see what you can change. There is so much here, I just don't even know what to say, but you've got several different changes you can make here within the vehicle. There is more here that I'm going to take the time to show, but obviously if you want to change your ambient lighting, you can see where all of the different lighting shows up in the vehicle right there, and then we can go in and actually change either the brightness or the color, and there are 64 different colors here that you can change depending on what you want to do. It's practically endless as far as the options and the features here go. And let me go into reverse we'll take a look at the rear view camera. That's not the only camera that's here. You've got the 360-degree overhead view right there. And we'll look at a few of the other cameras around the vehicle. There is a lot here. Those are from the side view mirrors, and you've also got the front view camera quite a bit. The cool thing here is that there is a safety feature. I'm going to open the driver's side door and the transmission will automatically go into park. Now that's only on the driver's side for obvious reasons, just so you can know what is there. And then we'll take a look down here at the controls for the dual zone climate control. Also right in the middle there you'll find the hazard light button. You can turn that on or off. And then connectivity right here, as well as where you would have wireless charging if this model had that. I will throw my bottle in and show you how that fits in the drink holders right there. Or if you just want to conceal all of that away, well, you can. And right here is the trackpad, kind of a throwback to the previous infotainment system in these models. If you don't want to use the touchscreen, or maybe you're just used to that, well, there is all the functionality for that. You can also go through your mode selection, I should say, individual, sport, comfort. If you want to drive really slowly, well, there is eco, and you even have a little wrist rest right here behind the trackpad right there to help make that a little bit easier to use. And last but not least, bombs away, there's the bomb bay doors with some more connectivity in there inside of a fairly deep console. All right, we're gonna hop out on the road for our test drive, and stick around for the test drive because we're gonna do something we've never done before, but stay tuned for what that is. But I must say, I'm impressed. I talked earlier about the smooth ride quality, but even with this being the 4-cylinder, we've got some slower moving traffic here to get around, so I'm gonna just step on the pedal a little bit. I'm easing into it, and wow, I am really impressed with what we're experiencing here. Smooth acceleration and smooth ride quality. Everything obviously comfortable the way you would expect it to be. We just hit a pretty good bump right there, and well, it soaked it up pretty well. So very impressed with the experience so far. Steering wheel comfortable, leather wrapped steering wheel, and obviously very responsive. And even though this isn't the highest end of what's available with the GLE models, I'm still very impressed with everything we've experienced. You definitely are getting what you pay for with ride quality, and boy, I hate to have to drive through this right here. We're gonna have to wash this thing when we get back, aren't we? Oh well, it is what it is. But the good thing about these Shreveport roads is it's a great place for testing ride quality, shocks and suspension and all that kind of stuff. And I do like the fact that obviously the seats are nice and adjustable. You can adjust everything however you want to make yourself comfortable as driver and passenger here in the front seats. Everything's easy to get to. Now let's see if I can get this to work in case you're new to the Mercedes brand. Hey Mercedes.
How can I help?
I'm cold.
I'm increasing the temperature on the driver's side to 70 degrees.
That's one of so many different commands you can ask. In fact, you can ask her, what can you ask her? You can say, I won't say it, hey, you know who. What can I ask you? That answer goes on for about 45 seconds to a minute. So it's quite interesting to say the least. That's just one of the great features here. You can change the ambient lighting, you can change the temperature, you can ask for directions and see that through the MBUX system here, or Mercedes-Benz user experience is what that stands for. But we're gonna take a turn real quick here. Everything solid. Handling, even 255 horsepower, the acceleration is pretty impressive. I was maybe a little over quarter throttle, not even a half throttle when we were passing that traffic back there. So what exactly was I talking about when I said we were going to do something we've never done before? I've talked a lot about how it'd be cool to be able to do a test drive and tell you what it's like to ride in the back seat of these vehicles that we feature on our YouTube channel. I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but with Kerry behind the camera, I also decided to put him behind the steering wheel. And special thanks to my friends here at Mercedes-Benz of Shreveport for being nice enough to say, okay, we can do that. So, what is the ride quality like back here? We're going over some pretty decent sized bumps there, and I'll tell you what, it's still very comfortable back here, but it feels kind of strange, and that's not a bad thing, because there is so much space back here. After sitting in the front seat, now I'm sitting here in the back seat, it feels enormous. There is so much space back here. And we did another GLE. It was an AMG 53 a while back. If you have kids and you've got car seats for those kids, they fit great back here. Maybe I'll try and put a little bit of B-roll footage in for you to see. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm really impressed at the riding experience. I'm used to saying driving, at the riding experience here in the back seat of the GLE 350. I don't know what else to tell you. It's very comfortable back here. Whoever's sitting in the back seat is not only going to be comfortable, but they're also going to have just so much space. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Plus, I can just sit back here and relax and enjoy looking out of the panoramic sunroof. That is a first in a video in all the years I've been doing this. To learn more about the model in today's video, visit the link in the description for a detailed comparison between trims and pricing for the vehicle we featured or any vehicle you may be interested in. These pages feature information such as our recommended trim level based on price, value, and features. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. We look forward to seeing you next time.